There is likely to be a twist in the deal for Manuel Ugarte joining Manchester United after the significant progress when it comes to Napoli taking Scott McTOMINAY. This deal is agreed on and it's done, and it's twisting what we are going to do with PSG for the midfielder we've all been waiting for. My name is Webb. Welcome again, guys. I told you with the things that I was anticipating, there was no way I was going to feel calm in my seat. There was no way I was going to sit down and give you these updates. I had to stand on my feet. And I was dancing in the earlier video, and one friend of mine called Happy was not, why are you dancing when nothing has been concluded? Why are you dancing, guys? Ye people of little faith. Ye people of little faith. Listen, here's what's happening. So, Napoli and Man United have agreed the deal for Scott McTOMINAY, 30 million euros plus a percentage of future sales. This is subject to Scott McTOMINAY accepting the personal terms. Now, this will be the easier of all things, I think, in terms of these conversations. This will be the easiest probably, because you don't think Napoli will be willing to pay 30 million pounds, euros rather, for Scott McTOMINAY and fail to meet his wages. He's been earning 60,000 pounds per week at United. Really, Napoli should be able to beat that just a little bit, and this boy should be happy to go over to Italy. So beautiful stuff. Now, this move was always going to be important. I've been telling you that Man United have been proceeding with PSG in talks over a loan deal with an obligation to buy Manuel Ugarte. But if McTOMINAY is to be bought by Napoli, if now they have agreed the fee for McTOMINAY and Napoli, Man United will have enough money to be able to pay for Manuel Ugarte now. So what that means is that there is a twist in the deal. So Man United are set to proceed with PSG, but this time with conversations of an immediate permanent transfer. Do you feel me? Hey, happy. Why shouldn't I be happy? I guess this should make you happy, Mr. Happy. From Malawi. Happy, I think you're from Malawi. Good. You always were among the first guys to drop down a comment on our videos. It's beautiful stuff. This going on with Man United. So Manuel Ugarte is getting close because Scott McTOMINAY has been finalized to join Napoli. It's all nearly done between clubs. That's the harder bit. It's now a matter of personal terms. We do believe they seem to have been agreed on before. Because he gave them the green light to proceed, because there is no way Napoli was going to proceed and agree on a fee with Manchester United before contacting the representatives of Scott McTOMINAY. I told you the director of Napoli just about 2 weeks ago was in Manchester, was in England to meet the representatives of Scott McTOMINAY. So they just now have to finalize the terms, and the deal will be done. Now, when that happens, if Man United is getting the 30 million euros for Scott McTOMINAY, top up with what they have, get Manuel Ugarte, they will still have balance. That should be enough for Man United to also bring Sofiane Amrabat. So I told you guys in my earlier video that, listen, watch out for this update coming in. And indeed, it has even come earlier than I expected, to be honest. It has come way earlier than I expected, but this is what we love. It's all we ever wanted. Why not be happy and excited about what's happening? And I know, guys, it's never an easy feeling seeing a player from our academy leaving the club, and Scott McTOMINAY will leave a legend. And it's good that he lives on a high. Imagine if Scott had left the last summer, he wouldn't leave, because I know so many Man United supporters who actually wanted Scott to stay, which you love. An academy boy should be leaving on a good slate. I mean, he's leaving with his head high. The last memory we have of Scott McTOMINAY is of the important goals he scored for us last season off the bench, contributing about 12 points single-handedly. So for me, that's a better memory to have of Scott as he leaves Manchester United for good. That's a better memory to have. And my thinking is he should be leaving with his head high. But at 27, that's the age in your career where you want to be starting games, where you want to be important, where you want to be influencing games. It was never going to happen at Man United. Never mind Erik ten Hag wanting him and loving on him and begging he should stay. Scott, a player with ambition, who is a very, very important player for his national team for Scotland, was never going to be exactly comfortable being, third or fourth option on the bench, or it was never going to make sense for him, honestly. We saw how Erik ten Hag brought him on in what I told you was expected to be his final game for Man United. and people were complaining, saying, "Come on, come on, come on, Eric, how do you put on Bruno for Scott?" I mean, that's the reality. He was never that very extremely talented player. But one thing we'll always remember him for is his heart for our beloved badge, his heart for Man United, his love for the badge, and for me, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. He lives the legend. And Scott, all the best, of course, as you move on. We do hope everything goes on nice in Italy, and of course you excel. I hope Antonio Conte handles our boy well, because indeed he doesn't live because we don't love him. He lives because the times are hard. Times are hard for Man United now. That's I think a significant update. I think again it brings this progress for me, brings back our transfer window on track. We know that the transfer window had sort of relaxed a bit after we signed the last players we signed in Mazraoui and Mathis de Ligt. You felt that we slowed down in terms of pace, and perhaps it was needed, because if we had the man and we were rushing, we would easily perhaps go back to overspending or underselling. We want to give credit to these new United guys for holding standing steadfast and saying, you know what, we are not being undersold. We are not settling for anything less than 30 million. They knew what they wanted. Honestly, if it were up to me, Scott McTOMINAY, the last bid for 20 million pounds from Fulham, he would have been long gone. He would have been a Fulham player already. But these guys knew the value of the player, and they knew what we wanted. You want to credit the Ineos team that they have put in place. I'm not sure we would say the same with the previous guys. You know them. I won't name names, guys. I won't name names out of respect. But you know them. Okay, let me just say them. John Mata and Richard Arnold. Yeah, I said them. They were the guys who negotiated all these crazy contracts. Why not name them? Anyway, it's the fact. But yeah, anyhow, that's it, guys. Beautiful stuff happening with Man United. Let me know what you think. So expect a here we go when it comes to Manuel Ugarte in the coming probably days or hours, because Ugarte has been ready for the longest time. He has been ready to move. I will show you an image of him, and perhaps you can have an idea of how he's going to pull up. You saw I showed you images of Mathis de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui pulling up at Manchester United airport. Now they don't know how to pull up. Let me show you how they pull up. When you've been waited for long by a club, this is how you pull up in white. You need to be a showman. I love Ugarte. He seems to be a swaggerific man. I feel like the way he plays is quite dirty and nasty, yet he dresses well. I love the way he dresses. His class. Look at that. All sleek in white car, white kicks, white pants, white t-shirt, white teeth, white everything, man. But when it gets to the pitch, this guy plays the dirtiest game you can ever watch. He loves to feast on the grass. He lives in the grass, and that's why we're bringing him. That's why we've been waiting for him. My name is Webb. Like, share, subscribe. It's a wrap, fam. Let me catch you later.